And he paid the Mexican dude to stab Tory in prison. And he paid off the doctor to say that she got shot when she really wasn't.
Dealing with the things that I would have to deal with. I've been stabbed 17 times. I almost lost my life.
It's been decided, and the judge blatantly showed on that day that it really didn't matter what anybody said. It was supposed to be a forum in which it would be decided based on all the extenuating circumstances, etc. But it had already been decided behind closed doors.
And now things start getting way darker than anyone expected. People are out here claiming that this whole situation wasn't just random chaos, but something way more calculated. One voice in the mix said that Tory was set up behind bars, even going as far as claiming someone paid an inmate to stab him, and that doctors were pressured to twist the story after the fact. That same voice described the pain straight up, saying Tory had been stabbed multiple times and nearly lost his life, making it sound less like a prison incident and more like something planned out in advance. Then the frustration kicked in heavy. The same speaker made it clear they felt the system was already locked in before anything even played out, saying the judge didn't care what anyone had to say, and that everything was decided behind closed doors. That's when the tone shifts, because now it's not just about what happened. It's about whether the outcome was already written before anyone stepped into that courtroom. And that's where things get messy for real. Word started spreading that Jay-Z was somehow connected to inmates allegedly moving behind the scenes, with insiders claiming people on the inside were being controlled like pieces on a board. Now listen, that's a serious claim, and nothing about that is confirmed, but the fact that it's even being said shows how wild the narrative has gotten. And it doesn't stop there, because court filings started raising questions too, pushing people to wonder if this was bigger than just one incident. Because what actually happened to Tory Lanez inside that prison was brutal. According to the lawsuit, he was attacked in a way that left him with collapsed lungs, permanent scars, and trauma that doesn't just disappear overnight. And now he's coming back with a $100 million lawsuit, pointing straight at the prison system and calling it a complete failure on every level. One report explained that after the assault, Tory filed legal action against the California prison system, saying they failed to protect him when it mattered most. And here's the part that really got people talking. It wasn't just one quick attack. He was stabbed again and again, multiple times, like nobody stepped in when they should have. And the same documents claim he was placed near someone who should have never been anywhere close to him in the first place. Another voice broke it down bluntly, saying Tory got stabbed over a dozen times and questioning how he was even placed in general population to begin with. That alone had people raising eyebrows, because when you've got a high-profile inmate like that, the expectation is tighter security, not exposure to dangerous individuals. And once people started lining up the timeline with everything happening outside those prison walls, the whole conversation flipped.
Tory Lanez is in jail, and he ended up getting stabbed 14 times. How is he in G-pop?
He's trying to be something that he's not.
Suddenly, it wasn't just what happened. It became who benefits from this. Because now people are asking who would want him silenced that badly, and why right then? According to the lawsuit, Tory said he was stabbed around 16 times inside a California correctional facility, leaving him with 2 collapsed lungs and serious injuries to his face. And he made it clear this wasn't some random fight breaking out over nothing. He's claiming the staff failed him completely, saying there were no guards around when it happened, and that help came way too late. The inmate accused, identified as Santino Castillo, reportedly had a violent past, which makes the situation even worse. Because now the question becomes simple. Why was someone like that placed near Tory in the first place? When you line it up like that, people start wondering if this was just negligence or something more intentional. And before all this even went down, Tory wasn't moving like a regular artist. He had already started stepping away from the system, turning down major label deals, including ones connected to Roc Nation, and pushing his own independent moves. We're talking about NFT albums, full ownership, cutting out middlemen, moves that shake the entire industry structure. At one point, Tory himself was hyping it up, saying people bought copies for just $1, and now some of those same copies were being resold for tens of thousands. He was going off, saying, "I just cracked the industry. It's over. No more middleman," and calling out labels directly, telling artists they don't have to wait on anyone anymore. And that's where things get real interesting, because moves like that don't just make noise, they threaten power structures. So when you see someone step out of the system, build their own lane, then suddenly get locked up and nearly lose their life inside prison, people start connecting dots, whether it's fair or not. Then the focus shifts again, back to the original case involving Megan Thee Stallion. Body cam footage from that night showed her initially telling officers she stepped on glass, with an officer explaining that she dropped a bottle and cut herself getting out of the car. That detail alone had people questioning why the story changed later. And on top of that, there were claims online saying Kelsey's bodyguard suggested she was actually the shooter, not Tory. Now again, not everything online is confirmed, but when multiple versions of events start stacking up, people begin to question everything they thought they knew. Meanwhile, the legal system wasn't giving Tory any room to fight back. Appeals got denied, and the case wasn't getting another review, meaning no new trial, no fresh evidence being heard, nothing. And right after that door slammed shut, that's when the prison attack happened. The timing alone had people looking at this situation sideways. And then it got even crazier. Reports came out saying some people online were actually sending money to the inmate accused of attacking Tory, treating it like something to celebrate. That part right there shifted the entire tone, because now it wasn't just about facts anymore. It became about narratives, sides, and how people choose to interpret everything. And just when you think it couldn't get more chaotic, DJ Vlad stepped in and admitted he posted a fake tweet involving Tory and Roc Nation, just to prove how easy it is to manipulate public opinion. And that right there says everything, because if one fake post can shift the narrative, then what's actually real anymore? And that's when DJ Vlad came out and straight up admitted he posted a fake tweet, claiming things like, I got paid by Roc Nation, Jay-Z paid off the jury, paid off the judge, just to prove a point. He basically said people will believe anything if it sounds wild enough, and millions will run with it without questioning a thing. And the craziest part? He said he was right. People really did eat it up like it was facts. And that right there flipped the whole situation again. Because now the question isn't just about what happened. It's about how easy it is to control what people believe. If one fake post can go viral and shape opinions like that, then how much of everything we've seen is actually real? That's when things start feeling way bigger than just one case. Now online, people are going all in with theories, claiming that Roc Nation and Jay-Z had influence across the entire situation, from how the jury moved to how the media framed everything. But let's keep it real. These are allegations, not proven facts. Still, what's making people uneasy is how often his name keeps popping up in the conversation, over and over again. And now, with Tory Lanez nearly losing his life inside prison, those same accusations are getting dragged right back into the spotlight. Because people are asking one simple but heavy question. If someone really wanted him quiet, what's actually stopping them? Then you zoom out for a second, and it gets even deeper. Because Jay-Z isn't just tied to music. His reach goes into policy too. He co-founded the Reform Alliance and worked alongside Gavin Newsom on criminal justice reform laws. So now you've got influence in the industry, influence in the legal world, and connections at a policy level all stacked together. And when people see that kind of reach, they don't just ask what happened. They start asking who has the power to shape outcomes in the first place. Because now it's not just about one incident anymore. It starts looking like something bigger. And this isn't even a new conversation. Ice Cube once spoke on how artists at the top can control the system around them, even saying, "The same people who own the labels own the prisons." Literally the same people. He explained that it's not about forcing artists to say things. It's about controlling what gets pushed and what doesn't, like invisible guardrails shaping everything behind the scenes. So when people look at Tory's situation now, they're not seeing it as an isolated moment anymore. They're seeing patterns, connections, things that feel way too aligned to just be coincidence. Now go back to that prison cell for a second. Same facts, but they hit completely different after everything you just heard. A high-profile inmate placed next to someone known to be violent. No guards around when it mattered most, and a response that came way too late. And now Tory is straight up accusing the prison system of deliberate indifference, which sounds way heavier when you connect it to everything happening outside those walls. And here's the part that caught people off guard. He actually survived. His father came out and said he's recovering and doing better than expected, even calling it remarkable considering what he went through. But surviving doesn't erase anything. It just means the story isn't over yet. Because now Tory is hitting back the only way he can. He filed a $100 million lawsuit, asking for $1 million per stab wound and another $10 million for the damage to his face. And on top of that, he's claiming his songbooks were taken while he was recovering, unreleased material with serious value just gone like that. So now, this isn't just about violence anymore. It's about loss, control, and who actually benefits when something like this happens. And when you put everything together, it really comes full circle. A controversial conviction, an appeal that got shut down, a near-fatal prison attack, and now growing accusations, pulling powerful names into the conversation. Then you add in court documents, exposing failures inside the prison system, and suddenly people are looking at this whole situation completely differently. Because the real question isn't just what happened to Tory, it's whether this was just a system failure, or if someone made sure he didn't walk out of there the same. So now I gotta ask you, why was he placed with that inmate? Why were the guards missing at that exact moment? And why does his name keep getting tied to powerful people every single time something goes wrong? Because if this was random, this might be one of the wildest coincidences we've ever seen. But if it's not, then this story is way bigger than anyone thought. And if you made it this far, tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you really think about all this in the comments. Because this one right here, it's not adding up for a lot of people.